On Jan 2, 2020, I stepped into the gates of Temasek Junior College for the first time. I was anxious, of course. Who wouldn't be? Everything was new to me. New environment, new faces, and a new journey ahead waiting for me. On the first day of school, things happened rather rapidly. All the students got sorted into their orientation groups and were led by their orientation group leaders for some icebreaker games. I sat beside this random girl. The girl seemed more scared than I ever have been in my life before, and I wanted to do something to ease the situation. I asked the girl beside me, "What's your name?" She mumbled her name. And I'm so glad that I asked her that question that day, because guess what? She's my best friend now. A person who understands me better than myself. Someone who guides me on the right path always. A companion, a confidant. Now, imagine what would have happened if I remained quiet and did not ask the question. I might have lost a beautiful connection. You may all be wondering, that one question is not that significant. You can still have made friends with her afterwards. Yes, I could have. But even then, someone needs to initiate the conversation, right? Mostly it's going to start with a question. And one of the most common question is, "What's your name?" That simple yet meaningful question might have helped many of you to start a relationship with someone, and you might just not be aware of it. And I'm pretty sure that was probably the most beautiful thing in your life. It's so beautiful and powerful, isn't it? Questions. These things have the power to create a bond that's so beautiful, and it creates so many memories that you never want to forget. But are questions always so positive? Something that's always so rosy? Can they always give you memories that you want to treasure? Just like how everything has its pros and cons, questions do too. And I realized that the hard way. I was 9 years old then. It was a Thursday that day. Mother tongue was the first period in the morning. Most of my class, like me, sort of struggled through and made it seem difficult to speak up in class. But I'm not like them, so I usually ask questions. That day, a relief teacher walked in and said she was going to conduct lesson that day because our teacher was on MC. And 10 minutes into the lesson, I've already asked 5 questions to her. It was nothing new to me and to my classmates, but it was to the relief teacher. 20 minutes in, I was raising my hand to ask 12th question of the day. Back then, I only focused on clarifying my doubts. It was very important to me because if I don't, I feel like my misunderstanding would be a drawback for me. What if it comes out for the exam? I would rather not risk it, right? But things did not really go the way I wanted to. "What's your name?" the relief teacher asked. "Kavi?" "Okay, Kavi, let me ask you a question now. Are you asking questions because you really want to learn or because you have nothing better to do?" That hit me hard, very hard. I did not expect that at all. I swallowed the question and put my hand down. My head was racing with so many questions. Am I annoying? Why did the teacher ask that question? More whys popped up, but 10 minutes would not be enough to mention everything. Yes, that's how many questions I had running through my mind. That day I sat down for a solid 1 hour to self-reflect. Sounds pretty weird, but that 1 hour helped me understand myself and my surroundings a lot. Maybe the teacher did not know how important it was for me to ask questions. Maybe it was the way I asked questions or the way I phrased it that annoyed the relief teacher. Maybe, there's so many maybes, but there's only one thing that's clear. No matter what, questions are my identity, my right, and it's up to my will whether I should or should not ask a question. It's my duty to ask questions and the teacher's duty to clarify them. So what if others are annoyed by my questions? What matters is that I should not live in the dark by hiding my questions, right? But I came to realize asking questions is important, but how we ask the question is equally important. We ask questions to learn or create a relationship, but the questions we ask may not only create a bond with someone or allow us to learn, but also could spoil our connection with someone or instill a fear if we are not mindful. We always have to bear in mind that asking questions is a social skill that we should all improve in. Just this year, I came across an event which forced me to understand something crucial that will be beneficial to me my entire life. So, what comes to your mind when you hear the word tone? A musical or a vocal sound with reference to its pitch? No. That's not the type of tone we're looking at. Okay, next one. Give a monochrome picture and altered color in finishing, but nope, not this either. Okay, an individual speaking, especially through tone, and to express something. Yes, that's the definition we're looking for. The way someone speaks to you or asks you, let it be through the choice of words or the pitch of voice, that's going to affect how the person who's going to reply is going to respond. So how am I so sure of this? How am I so sure that how we ask questions is going to affect how someone is going to reply to you? I again have another experience regarding this. Not so dramatic and all, just a simple but a significant one. So on this day my family was celebrating Krishna Jayanti, a festival. My mom is a great cook and she prepared the 9 different types of food, the 8 different side dishes and the 7 yeah, you get what I mean, right? We just had lots of food. So everything was ready. We just now had to offer the food to the Lord and pray. But we had to wait. You may all be wondering, what are we waiting for? Just offer the food and have your lunch. I had the same thought. Can we just already offer the food? What are we waiting for? I mean, I was pretty hungry, so I was annoyed. So when I asked the question, I was pretty harsh. And my parents just gave me a simple answer. We have to wait for the bad time to be over. Bad time? What's that? Time is time, right? Why do we need to follow this? I asked, annoyed. I never got an answer. It was always like this. It's either I get an incomplete answer or I got nothing at all. Can someone actually answer me? I'm not talking to the wall, right? I still did not get an answer. Later, my brother brought me separately to tell me something that failed to realize my entire life. He said, you ask questions and that's not wrong, but the way you ask questions makes people not want to answer you. If you actually want to reply, you should at least make an effort to get a reply, right? Realization hit me. My brother, who's 2 years younger than me, made me realize something that I never once thought about. I learned something from my brother that day. I strived to change. I decided to do better. So I went to my mom a few days later to ask the same question. Ma, what is good and bad time? Why is it so important? I mean, I just want to get closer to our religion. So it would be really helpful if you could tell me the difference between good and bad time. She was pretty surprised because I could tell that from her expression. I've never talked to her like that. So yeah, but I actually got an answer that day. An answer that brought me closer to my religion. An answer that made me realize that questions are not only about us, but involves the others around us. Wise make you wise. But we should be wise with our wise, right? Give some thought about that.